If you feel like you're being gaslit every single time you turn on the news because they keep telling you that the job market is strong, that the economy is doing better, woohoo, job market, woohoo, economy, and yet you're one of the people in my comment section who's literally telling me that you have applied for thousands of positions and yet either not heard back or gotten through one round of interviews and then been ghosted by the recruiters or gotten absolutely nowhere in your job search, even though you've been in the market for 6 months, 10 months, a year, over a year, etc. You're not alone. Let me tell you guys what the job market officially says. It says that the US job market grew by around 4.78% in 2022, and then in 2023 it started to slow to 2.1%, and in 2024 we are at 1.4%. However, we are projected to grow by 6.7 million. There's a stat to say that for every person that's applying for a job, there's 2 roles available, according to Indeeds and LinkedIn's of the world, and I call BS. So let's talk about what are the reasons why the job market is not as strong as they possibly say they are. And I'd like to hear your comments in my section down below if you're experiencing any of these, because I want you to go in eyes wide open, right? Some of you are quitting your jobs without a new job lined up because you're being told lies. And I do not want this to happen to you. And on top of that, right, you should know what's going on in the market so that you can be well prepared and have a good strategy in place. Let's dive in. By the way, my name is Shearly. I am helping you reach your dream life. And in this video, we're going to explore what the circumstances are that's leading to the frustration that you're in right now. And I want to provide some validation to you. You are not alone and you are not crazy. Okay? They're crazy. And they're not just crazy, but they are making all of us feel crazy. Let's dive in. Number 1, ghost jobs. Recruiters, stop posting ghost jobs. But let's understand ghost jobs for a brief second. A ghost job is a position that doesn't really exist. And recruiters are posting more and more of this. In fact, 40% of hiring managers admitted to posting ghost jobs in 2024. Now, that doesn't mean that they posted one. That might mean that they posted a multiple ghost jobs in 2024. So the rise of ghost posting is insane. And the reasons why they're admitting to posting ghost jobs is actually even freaking crazier. So they often use this to gauge the interest and the talent pool before they're ready to hire so that they can build their analysis and reporting for the next year. So they are wasting your time in an interview for a job position that doesn't exist, that hasn't been approved, that they have no budget for. Okay, in order to file a report. If that is not the craziest thing you've ever heard, let's wait for this. The second reason why they are posting ghost jobs is to pretend that the business is doing better than they are, right? So they're going to go ahead, they're going to try to get venture capital. They're going to go ahead, they're going to try to get their employees to be engaged in their jobs. And so they're posting ghost jobs in order to trick investors and trick their employees into boosting morale, because despite the fact that they are not in an active growth phase, they want to make it seem like they are. You guys, that's crazy. So this is how this issue is multiplying itself, right? Because there's so many ghost jobs. And I mean, when I tell you like 40% of hiring managers admit to posting a ghost job, right? Like, but again, they're not posting just one, they're posting multiple. So what that extrapolates to is that 40 to 50%, if not more, of the jobs available on these platforms are fake. Fake. They are using money to post jobs on these platforms that don't exist. And so what's happening is people like you are applying to 10,000 positions and not realizing that your 10,000 applications, 6,000 of those are going straight to the trash. Another 1,000 of those might be just absolutely tricking you into having fake interviews to fill out a report for a job that doesn't exist, right? And so what that's creating is a surge in applicants. So you're going through, okay, and you're easily applying to more jobs because you know it's a numbers game right now. And so what does that lead to? That leads to unqualified applicants for the jobs that are actually real. So now I'm hiring. You guys want to know how many positions, how many resumes we get in a day? 100 plus. There was a day we got 700 resumes in a day, okay, for a marketing job. You guys want to know how many of those jobs actually had any kind of marketing experience? This is a senior level role, by the way, not an entry level role. I want to say probably closer to 10%. 10%. So out of 1,000 applicants, I have 100 resumes that I should actually be reviewing. So it is becoming overwhelming for hiring managers to look at your resume and actually see it. And you know what's happening? Okay, there are lazy people out there. And you know what happens with lazy people? They use the ATS system to applicant tracking system, right? To narrow in on the people with keywords in their resume. You guys, let me be super freaking clear, okay? ATS systems, they don't use like AI. They're not learning, okay? They are dumb. They are missing things. They don't understand the position that you're hiring for. It is a machine. If you're using an ATS system, okay, in order to measure your candidates in your candidate pool, you are missing out on good candidates. Period, point blank, zero, okay? But as an applicant, you need to understand that that's what's happening, and that's why it's happening. Because most people that are hiring, they have a full-time job and they're usually short-staffed because they need this position. So if I'm short-staffed 2 or 3 roles, I can't spend my entire day reviewing resumes. So you're stuck. You're stuck. And that is even worse when it comes to smaller companies. So what do you have to do with this? I've added a couple of links down below. Please tailor your resume, right? You should have a couple of different resumes that are tailored to the different job descriptions. And you can use my ChatGPT prompt, which I've added in the description, in order to help you with this, because it is so vital right now. And the other thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to say this till the day that I die, you need to be applying directly on their website, directly through their ATS system, and not through a third party like a LinkedIn or an Indeed or whoever. Because right now, those third parties are making it so easy, and the volume of people coming from the third party versus the volume of people that are applying the ATS is exponentially different. And so you're gonna have a higher chance of getting hired going directly to the ATS. If you are actually qualified, please don't do this if you're unqualified for the position, right? And what does unqualification means? Here's a stat that's gonna blow your mind. Women see themselves as qualified when they meet around 90 to 95% of their requirements for a job, while men see themselves as qualified when they meet 60% of the requirements for the job. So you're going to go with the men's version of qualification, 60%. You should be learning something in your new role. You should be developing your skills. You shouldn't be doing the same old thing, right? So 60%. The other thing that is really important to take a note is that we have a lot of the people that are suffering right now are in tech or tech adjacent roles. And we're seeing layoff after layoff. I mean, I'm sorry. I wake up every single day, Meta and Amazon and Google and whoever, they are announcing new layoffs. It's a weekly thing, right? They're announcing 100+ positions being terminated or changed or whatever, right? They're announcing crazy RTOs. And honestly, to me, the return to office trend is a way to get rid of employees without having to put another PR release about another round of layoffs, okay? They're gonna self-exit out of the business. So here's my thing when it comes to that. There is a white collar recession that is happening, okay? AI is having an impact in the job market, even though they said that there wasn't going to be an impact in the job market, okay? The fact that people have moved around from New York into Florida and from San Francisco into Wyoming and from whoever into Arizona, that is having an impact in the job market as we see remote jobs trending downward, okay? So that is going to affect you. You know what hasn't been as heavily impacted? Tech jobs in non-tech industries. Okay, jobs in non-tech related industries. Marketing directors for healthcare, for example. Healthcare and jobs that are related to social impact, nonprofit jobs, etc. Those are climbing upwards. So think outside of the box of which companies you want to apply for, because you may be stuck in this whole mindset of, I worked for so-and-so, so I want to work for this and that. That's not the only case. And what's happening is that when you go to a non-tech related industry, there's less specialization. They have less people, obviously, right? A healthcare company can't hire 15,000 developers, but they can hire more of a generalist role. So what's happening is people are self-exiting from those kind of roles because they don't have all of the 95% of requirements that are in there, without realizing that the company may not even need it. They don't even really know what they're hiring for. They need your expertise. So those titles are going to be different, right? Those roles are going to be different. And it's important to think outside of the box, especially right now, because the fact is the job market is not as strong as they want you to believe, but there are jobs out there. And if you go in with a strategy and you think differently, you're going to be better off. There are videos in my channel about the strategy. I'm posting a whole bunch of freebies down below that should hopefully be helpful, but it is upsetting. It is frustrating. It is right that you're frustrated. It's right that you're defeated, but I want you to get up tomorrow and think about what I just said to shape your strategy. Because when you go into the job market with a strategy, you will win. You will win. In the meantime, I hope this video was at least somewhat validating, hopefully helpful, and that you comment down below, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.